Good afternoon, everyone. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but my entire speech is going to go terribly because Mr. Andrew Gregson, I was supposed to take that fact, and typical Andrew goes, "Oh, I got something that you could use for your speech," and then he used it. So I'm just going to have to wing it now, folks. Thank you all for coming on this rainy day. I am terribly grateful for your dedication to North Orange County and your love of Fullerton. My fellow Fullertonians, distinguished guests, and honorable elected officials, it is my honor to address you today and provide an update on the state of our great city. Over the past year, we have emerged from the pandemic stronger than ever. We are fiercely proud of the resilience shown by our residents, our businesses, and their strength in the face of deep adversity. For this year's State of the City address, I do not want to focus on what we've accomplished together, which is many, or just talk about next year, which is trite. I choose instead to focus on the next 5 years, or the next 10, long after I'm but a memory in the hallways of social media. I want to focus on our future together and the crossroads of opportunity this moment in time presents us all. Fullerton's rich history has featured many iterations of our city council. Some have rolled from one year to the next without much fanfare. Others have seen great growth and prosperity and required little in terms of shared sacrifice and struggle. Our current council comes of age at a rare inflection point in our city's history. And I would appreciate this opportunity, if you grant me, to introduce all of them to you today. First, our Mayor Pro Tem is the Honorable Bruce Whitaker. The Mayor Pro Tem is serving in his 13th year on City Council, and I happen to fill his mighty shoes as this year's mayor. He won 3 re-election campaigns, no small feat, considering most were at-large campaigns. Mayor Pro Tem Whitaker found opportunities during his year as mayor in 2021. He honored late Fullerton baseball legend Tommy Lasorda, in essence creating Tommy Lasorda Day here in North Orange County, and creating a new sister city in Tolo, Italy. Mayor Pro Tem Whitaker also serves on the Orange County Water District as a director, as well as the Orange County Sanitation District. The Mayor Pro Tem and his dear wife, Linda, are dear friends of mine, been a mentor for me for a while, and I was honored to serve as a commissioner appointed by him. Even more honored to be the mayor voted by him. Please also join me in welcoming Councilmember Shana Charles. Not sure if she's here, but there she is. Dr. Charles is our newest council member, and with it, compounded with her day job as a university professor right here, she has shown a curiosity and thirst for knowledge that is both refreshing and earnest. It is clear she wants to do a good job, and I wish her incredibly well. On a quick side note, her husband's late father, Eddie Marshall, was a famous and important jazz drummer. Mr. Marshall played on a Soul Note album that I've got called California Meeting, live on Broadway with tenor saxophonist Archie Shepp. I recall interviewing Archie and asking him about that album and playing with Eddie Marshall, and he had such wonderful things to say. That is a few degrees of Kevin Bacon in my life that I find is pretty cool. Next, we have Councilmember Ahmed Zara. Please join me in giving him a round of applause. And finally, we have my dear friend and colleague, Councilman Nick Dunlap. His resounding victory in 2020 was such a commanding one that his margin still stands as more than most vote totals of most elections. A father of two lovely girls, Nick and I joined the council as classmates. And even though he's a UCLA grad, his remarkable dedication to his family and his community are singular, and his modest approach to service are worthy of great praise. This is the size and scope of the opportunities that sit before us as council members. It requires that we realign our deepest values and commitments to meet this moment. It is a privilege and a responsibility afforded to few leaders, and it is a task I know the five of us, are now called to fulfill. I said four because there was an advertisement on social media that only had four of us. Unfortunate, because there are five. We will decide how we fight on, gain ground, and open our city to a new global economy. Fullerton remains committed to progress on important issues: diversity of culture, diversity of thought, and diversity of belief. Our city has taken significant steps to improve and stabilize our fiscal health and balance our budget. We have also renewed our dedication to promoting economic growth and job creation, not only just with local businesses, but by encouraging investment from abroad. New investments in small and large businesses are signaling our remarkable progress. We have flipped the sign in our city to say open, and I am extraordinarily proud of that, as should all of you be. We are fortunate to have at the helm a new city manager in Mr. Eric Levitt. He brings a wealth of experience in municipal government to the city he and his family now call home. He is supported by some of the most wonderful new hires who have already transformed departments citywide to be more efficient, more accountable, and more upbeat regarding the future of our city and the opportunities that await us all. Our city workforce has developed because our leadership recognizes the importance of retention and recruitment and has adjusted compensation accordingly. With this substantial investment, Fullertonians should expect improved services. But this is also a moment to consider best practices as well and reimagine what our local government organization should reflect. All of this work can be accomplished in a sensible manner. There is so much work to be done, and we can do this if we work together, because we live in a time of extraordinary change. Advancements in technology have reshaped the way we live and the way we work. Whether we like it or not, the pace of this change and the opportunity it affords us will only accelerate. Fullerton has been through big changes before, and there were those who told us back then to fear the future and slam the brakes on progress. Each and every time, we overcame those fears and acted anew. The cynics, those pessimists, and all of those who do not wish us well that have plagued this city will find no harbor in Fullerton's bright future no longer. And with that, there's a video I'd like you to watch. Thank you.
Good morning. I want to welcome everyone to the State of the City. I think it's great that everyone's here. It's an exciting new year. My name's Eric Levitt. I'm the city manager for the city of Fullerton, ending my first year here as city manager. And I think exciting times are ahead for the city of Fullerton and for the Fullerton community. Today's theme is Crossroads of Opportunity, and I think it's a great theme that the mayor has chosen. The city council is energized moving forward, and the Crossroads of Opportunity, what does that mean? What does that mean for everyone? It means that we're looking at how education, business opportunities, and quality of life all cross together to make a great community and a great community experience that invites new businesses, welcomes those existing businesses, and welcomes all residents that are part of the community.
What you want in any type of government is fresh perspectives, folks that are excited about change, excited about making a difference.
We're very excited to have a new city manager with Eric Levitt. He's got a lot of experience, and he's somebody that we were excited to welcome on board. He's made some hires for his key personnel with community development, and these are important resources to our community that'll help us continue to grow.
My goals are to enhance our policies, programs, and initiatives by ensuring that the quality of life for the residents of Fullerton is sustainable. Through housing, economic development, code enforcement, building and safety, and planning.
I have been with the city a little bit over a year. Was looking for more meaningful work, so I decided to join local government.
A lot of people that I work with are very talented, and they are smart employees who really care about Fullerton because there's some sort of connection that brings them back personally to the city.
I'm a resident of Fullerton, just over 10 years now. I felt like I could make a difference in my hometown where my kids go to school or I shop, eat, and play. So I decided to make the jump to the public sector to see what I could do to help the city.
I've always wanted to work in the city that I grew up in, and an opportunity came up where a public works position came up, and I thought that was a perfect opportunity and to get my foot in the door.
Well, we get to deal with construction from preliminary design phase all the way to final completion. So we have definitely influence from start to finish, and you could see it, you could touch it, you could feel it, and it does affect and improve the community.
From a city planner standpoint, one of the favorite things of working here is the city's diverse in the way it's formed in its built environment. It has a historic downtown. You have some great historic neighborhoods, some newer neighborhoods, and a lot of industrial and commercial base as well. So definitely keeps me engaged.
You know, we're very proud to be here and to serve the public.
It's a team effort, right? Not any single department could do it by themselves. So everyone's got to collaborate, work together as a single unit in order to achieve that dream that we're talking about.
One of the things that I have really enjoyed about working here is that people have always been willing to help. People will give you the resources that you ask for, and there has been a lot of learning and opportunity in this city.
So everything is in-house trained, so we just learned from as soon as I got promoted to equipment operator, the equipment operator would just train everybody, and we would just learn hands-on.
Right now we have a pretty solid team for us to get to where we want to be, and that's to have a really improved, sustainable community.
A few months ago, I completed a city-sponsored leadership course through Cal State Fullerton. These are sort of the things that the city has provided to me so that I can learn and develop and grow within the city.
One of the biggest assets in any community is its talent. And we are graduating from our community here so much talent.
Because people don't think of city service as a place that they can put their lives and their energies. But if you have people who live here and then go to school here and have internships, you know, with public service and all of these departments, I think we can create this community so that we have people who both live, work, play, shop in Fullerton.
What makes Fullerton special is you have people who are really committed to this city and want to bring out the best. And I think it's time to tap into that human capital. The other thing makes Fullerton very special is its location. I mean, When traffic is low, we're less than a half hour from Hollywood or downtown Los Angeles. We're less than half an hour to the beach, and really about another half hour to about the center of Orange County. So location-wise, you couldn't beat it unless we could have a little bit of oceanfront.
Fullerton is geographically situated in the perfect location in Southern California. You're not in LA, you're not in the Inland Empire, you're not in South County. You're right in the heart of it all. You're right in the main corridors to go east, west, north, or south.
Our location, we are almost like the center of Southern California.
I think the location-wise is very important for me. Middle of my all the operation. I think also the workers who work in the office, they live nearby Fullerton. And this Fullerton became very in the middle of for everyone, location-wise.
If you need to launch from here, you're at a great launch point. And so I think that is a very attractive thing for maybe young couples starting a family, maybe for individuals who just aren't sure where they want to settle down, but they want to be conveniently located near other geographic locations, because you got the rail. We have Fullerton Municipal Airport. You're just a few miles down the road from Orange County, from Long Beach Airport. So you have these assets around that make Fullerton just a perfect location to be in.
But the key thing that I believe that makes Fullerton what it is that train station right there, and people being able to stop right here, get off the train, spend the night or spend a week, get back on, or go to work. Take the train, go to work in LA or in South County.
From our earliest beginnings in 1888, we were the railroad town, okay? The citrus industry connected Southern California with the rest of the country, kind of put us on the map.
It is what founded this city. When the Amridge brothers looked at this location here in Orange County and said, this is a place that is a crossroads of opportunity. And that's what they did. They founded this city based on the railroad.
George Fullerton must have been quite a character to get those guys to say, hey, okay, we'll do it for you.
Our train station is going to be a great asset in bringing people not only from surrounding cities, but also from LA and from beyond.
This is one of the most used train stations for commuters in Orange County.
We have a system of railways, a system of freeways that run through our city and around our city that connect us with not only Orange County, but with Los Angeles County and beyond.
We have new generations now at work, and I think they're going to understand still those natural benefits that we have in the city. So I would urge people to find the place that they want to call home and stay here and fight for it, fight for what we have here, which is worth fighting for.
I really do truly enjoy working here. I think it's a fabulous city to work in. If there's people out there who are ready to learn and are ambitious to learn, there's countless opportunities for learning and growth here.
Having an impact in my own community. So for me to have some type of influence to either follow through on past initiatives or create new ones, I think it's really important. And I could break to my two little boys about what Dad does for a living.
Here we go. Here it is. That's a Metrolink. That engine right there is diesel electric.
Hey, gotta go. See ya. My train's coming in.
Well, I'm going to join Commissioner Rands and get on that train at some point. I want to welcome CEO of Orange County Transportation Authority, Mr. Darrell Johnson, that they run those trains. Fullerton is an education city. We host the largest Cal State Fullerton University in the state's public higher education portfolio with well over 40,000 students. Cal State Fullerton is graduating more students of color, and those students will contribute mightily to helping change the world around them. In honor of that success, please allow me this opportunity to recognize my dear friend, President of the University, Mr. Fran Vergy, and his lovely wife, Julie. They are not here in New York, but they have been amazing for this university. And while they are both moving on to continuing their remarkable work with their charity. They leave behind a legacy that'll be very difficult to match. More often than not, trust is a byproduct of knowledge, and faith is a direct result of understanding. With that in mind, please allow me to give you a brief insight into my life. I suppose some of you may have heard this before. It's pretty much the only story I'm willing to tell of my life. I'm a fairly, really private man, introvert. Indeed, doing this is frightening. At a plane ride, crowded room, speech up here, at a plane, and pretty much you've got my nightmare. But I attended 10 different schools before I graduated high school. A nomadic life is commonplace for sons and daughters of career military men and women, and perhaps even ordinary for the life of an immigrant. But when you're 7 years old in 1981, it is challenging to adapt to all the moving, all the new friends, and understand why this is all necessary when you just want to play. 1981 was the debut of the DeLorean, the car best known as the third most important character in the Back to the Future movies. Soon to be Princess Diana married who is now King Charles. The Oakland Raiders won the Super Bowl, and the LA Dodgers won the World Series. Unbelievably, the, at the time, second Star Wars movie, which is now Episode 5, Empire Strikes Back. I got to get this right. My son will kill me otherwise. Only grossed $19 million. I was in the second grade, and my new school had a reading contest for the entire student body, something that would never happen in today's modern, politically correct schools. I was determined to make an impact as a new student and win this school-wide reading contest. My goal was to read 4 books every day during the school year, assuming that would be enough. These books, by the way, were not picture books with few words or Dr. Seuss books by any stretch of the imagination. I read Encyclopedia Brown and Hardy Boys. Boy, I'm super aging myself. I recall the morning of the school assembly, and the principal was announcing the winners, and I was convinced I was the clear ultimate prevailer. In fact, when she said the third place reader, someone in the 5th grade, had read 350 books, I knew I had won. She announced that a new student in the 2nd grade read 786 books, and the school assembly erupted into applause, but I was devastated. When the winner, a girl in the 5th grade, had read nearly 1,000 books, I stood on stage with my 2nd place trophy and wept. I was so ashamed, embarrassed that I had lost. My immigrant parents both worked very long hours at the time, so when my mother came home after working 2 jobs, one as a fry cook at Del Wiener Schnitzel and the other as a janitor at night, cleaning local park restrooms, she found her only son crying in his room. But comforting her son was not her way. Next time, read another book a day and you win. This story of my childhood is a brief testimony to my life, how I perceive success, and how I value all aspects of hard, grinding work. It can serve as a reference point to all of you and comfort you in the knowledge that doing this job well and representing all of you accurately is the honor and great burden of my recent life. I firmly realize your trust and faith in me is important, and I go to sleep every night making sure I wake up the next morning anew, renewed, to continue my pledge to you. But as far as that is, it is incredibly more important and meaningful to me that you have trust in our city, faith in our staff. You can all rest your heart at ease because I am the product of a family heritage of great pain, come from a country and a people of incredible suffering, and I will always read that extra book to make sure I get you across the finish line. One more video, folks.
Being a new member in this city, I really want to help the city grow. I see the amazing potential that it has.
I like being a commissioner on the Active Transportation Committee because it gives me an opportunity to represent my community and to brainstorm ideas with other people within the community who are also serving on the committee.
I've always been a high-tech guy, so I love to hear about all the technology behind all of our street signals, how we take care of the service level agreements, and what's behind that is safety for our children especially, but all of our residents.
What we want to do is advocate for involvement, advocate for participation. And these kinds of commissions that allow for those that are well-meaning in our public to come out and be part of these solutions and be part of change, be part of creating these opportunities. Strategically not only important, but morally it's right.
We want to hear everybody's input and what their needs and their wants are for their neighborhood.
It's a huge responsibility to really temper what the neighborhoods want and the needs of our city.
That is a very rewarding experience because I can see, the impact of my work and how it impacts the life of the residents of Fullerton.
We've got second and third generation younger folks wanting to stay in Fullerton, wanting to give back, wanting to run for office, wanting to serve on committees, wanting to be part of our community.
It is said that if you are not at the table, you are the meal. My fellow citizens have to get involved. There is no other way.
You want to get something done, get involved.
There's a lot of community activities and service organizations.
And then we have older organizations like the Rotary, Kiwanis, Boys and Girls Club, Women's Club of Fullerton, you name it, who are still here reminding us of this is where our history is, this is what we want.
All these people are very important for how Fullerton runs. Without volunteerism, then we wouldn't be here where we're at.
I like to think of myself as a community organizer. So 10 years ago this year, I started the Fullerton Wilshire Avenue Bike Parade. As you know, it grew from 37 of my friends up to, we had about 12 to 1,400 people.
So many people who live here care passionately about the city, and I just want to harness all that energy where we can create things that both respect our past but also build the future we want to live in.
Since I've been in Fullerton, I've been a commissioner for the Fullerton Youth Soccer. I've been a booster club president for Sunny Hills Wrestling.
I'll keep repeating it. Fullerton is community. Fullerton is a strong community of people that all come together to help each other.
This is a great community where everybody wants to participate, and that's what makes this a beautiful community. It's a shared experience, and the more the merrier, I say.
I think the other thing that stands out to me and why my wife got excited about coming here was the downtown experience. And that really energized her to become a part of Fullerton. And
we sought to preserve the historic downtown. Those were councils before I ever got on the council.
Back in the late 80s, and there was an idea floating around that, well, they're tearing down the downtown Anaheim's being torn down. They're starting to talk about tearing down downtown Brea, and I started thinking about it. And I thought, my God, there's so many awesome buildings in Fullerton. We can't tear these things down. We need to save them. I actually formed a committee, and it turned out to become an organization that's now called Fullerton Heritage.
We're standing in front of the California Hotel. I mean, it's one of the oldest buildings in Orange County, one of the oldest hotels in Orange County. It's fantastic. You look at what they did. No knock on Brea, but they tore down old Brea and they made it into basically Irvine North. We are not Irvine North. We are Fullerton.
The both old and new exist here in Fullerton. It's just beautiful.
We respect the past. We have a downtown that has these buildings that were built in the 1920s that are just incredible, but you can go and eat at the latest restaurant.
And the location is perfect.
There's some family-friendly places where we can go and take the kids, but there's also places to go, whether with the wife for date night.
Everyone stop by downtown Fullerton, especially during weekend. And nighttime is bomb. Everybody come to the downtown Fullerton.
So there's just different layers of Fullerton fans, I guess, who come here, and everybody gets a little something different.
So in Fullerton downtown, I love to go to some after work and then drop by some bars.
We have some really great projects on entertainment and tourism and hotels and housing.
A couple major projects the City Council just approved here in December. One of them was possible hotel development down by the train station. If that moves forward, that's a great opportunity that will add to the downtown. The second is the Fox Block.
We are taking 3 properties that we purchased from the city of Fullerton and 1 property that was privately purchased to create a whole new project here that's going to be consisting of restaurants, a brewery, a lot of outdoor seating, dining, retail, events to really create a unique place for the community to come together and enjoy. There's just so much special character and history here that it really will make for a really fun, unique project.
It's a great place to live, work, play, and raise a family.
I have 2 small boys, a wife at home, and we love it here.
That's why people want to live here, they want to do business here, and they want to see it grow.
Very diverse community, plenty to do, and great school districts, so all around good community.
I came here when I was 10 years old. I'm 64, and I still live here, and I raised my family here.
Life is wonderful. Life is wonderful.
I would not want to call anywhere else home. Fullerton is where I've invested all of my adult life, where I've invested raising my children. I've got 5 of them, so it's quite the investment.
Well, I love Fullerton. It's my home, and raised my family here, and I have 3 sons. I think I'll be here for the long haul.
My husband and I decided to raise our family here. There's so many reasons. Number 1, Fullerton is the education community.
And when you also think about young families with children, all of our school districts are very highly rated. So people move here, to be able to attend our public schools, knowing that those public schools are some of the best in the country.
Schools we have a heavy parental presence, and the community of teachers and parents working together with the administration to provide services and education is phenomenal.
We receive regular awards for high schools and elementary schools in the city.
We also have excellent high schools like Troy High School, Fullerton High School. Fullerton's my alma mater, go Indians.
That historic character of having my kid graduate from a high school that's 125 years old. We have these historic roots, and then they have state-of-the-art facilities.
Then we have the colleges. We have Cal State Fullerton, largest university in the state. It's massive. And then we have Hope International. We have the College of Optometry, which is now Marshall B. Ketchum University. We have Fullerton College, my alma mater, go Hornets.
The crossroads of education is here. We live it. You can have one kid in one district and another kid in another district going through.
Not just education, we have great quality of life. If you look at our beautiful park.
I've got 2 little kids, a 6-year-old and an 8-year-old, and we love spending time in our parks. The city actually has over 50 parks and over 30 miles of trail space.
I have a almost 4-year-old and I have 2 10-year-olds. We go to all the parks. We kind of go park hopping, as we call it.
We fell in love with the mature trees, the greenery, so many creeks, 53 parks.
We're an official tree city. We have a wonderful urban forest here. As I mentioned, our Fullerton Loop, cyclists from all over the county really love that amenity.
I come here to hike every week, so hiking trails, very known.
We visit our local community center often, probably on a weekly basis sometimes. Currently they're in a rec basketball league at the community center, so it's a lot of fun.
Any investment we make in parks and recreation and programming and in the parks maintenance, in the beautiful trails that we have, are going to impact the future because people are going to want to move here. They're going to want to raise their families here and go to our schools and build our community for the future.
A lot of things. We can go fishing at Laguna Lake, which we did, just do all the trails, and it was just a fun spot to live in. So working for the city was pretty cool.
Fullerton has some of the greatest parks, the best trails in Orange County, some of the most incredible architecture, and it signals the age of this city, not in a bad way, but fundamentally that we adhere to traditions, that we honor those that have come before us, that we recognize we stand on the shoulders of those who have done the work in the past, and we continue to take their mantle and they're standard, and we will press it forward and make sure that Fullerton lasts for generations to come.
Really just this mixture of old and new. I feel like it's just the best of both worlds.
In my opinion, this is the center of Orange County. This is where things are happening.
We're continuing to move what I call iconic projects forward. One of those would be the Hunt Library. One of those is the Fox Theater as it continues to move forward.
Whether it's with our educational institutions, nonprofits, our faith-based communities, and with, of course, arts and culture organizations that we have in the city. It is these partnerships that will help us move forward into a great future.
You want to be in a place that people are polite, educated, and be courtesy to each other. And I feel our community provides that.
Anything to add?
I just love living here.
Almost to the end. Fullerton is at the crossroads of opportunity with its proximity to the busiest port in the nation and to downtown Los Angeles. Fullerton is a center of commerce, surrounded by a system of freeways that is one of the best in the state. Fullerton is the center of workforce recruitment. Founded nearly 150 years ago as a direct result of the county's busiest train station, second only to Union Station in Los Angeles, Fullerton is the arbiter of valued tradition as well. Given the famous education system that exists here, Fullerton is the place to raise and grow your family. We will use this opportunity to grow our sister city network for not just education values, but also the economic opportunities that exist with global investment. Korean sister cities like Yongin, with a population of over 1 million, just signed an unprecedented economic exchange with our very own Chamber of Commerce. That kind of impressive investment is a direct result of Fullerton's distinguished Korean American community that is renownedly known as being the dentist outside of Seoul. And that is the result of a collaboration between our Chamber of Commerce and our city. With that success in mind, please recognize again my dear friend and leader of the Chamber, Mr. Andrew Gregson. He and I were hired and mayor respectively at the same time together, so I am extraordinarily invested in the success of the Chamber and his success as well. The Korean city of Seongnam, one of the largest cities in the country, again, with a population of well over 1 million, has elevated their relationship with our city and committed to economic and cultural development, with many exciting events and investment in Fullerton to come. And now, even the Korean city of Koyang, yet another city of over 1 million, and its mayor have expressed their willingness to become a friendship city with Fullerton and increase economic and cultural awareness together. We are a city of entrepreneurs. We are a city of leaders, with nearly every regional elected official calling Fullerton home, including our supervisor, Doug Chafee. This is an opportunity for investors, corporations, small business owners, and developers to find their place in the future of Fullerton. Our energetic young and new additions to our growing city staff will find fresh perspectives to modernize our city and increase productivity. Goodman, a recent development, has long-term tenants that are global brands from Samsung, Sprouts, and now Bandai from Japan. In collaboration with our staff and Southern California Edison, we were able to get that facility online ahead of schedule. Large-scale housing projects in Fullerton have received the same attention and partnerships as we value affordability and understand the importance of new housing in the city. Property owners who seek the opportunity to upgrade their property or remodel their aging home will find permitting responsible and the process thorough and mindful. And to those in our community looking to find a place to call home, welcome to Fullerton. This is your opportunity to allow our wonderful history and our thriving diversity to be your lighthouse in the storm. I am not here to offer some grand theory or a series of political platitudes. I'm here to tell you Fullerton sells itself. It doesn't need me because it is every bit the American dream. Fullerton has always pushed the boundaries of what is possible because the people who are in it and make up our city have always set aside their many differences, looked past all of their disagreements, and forged a common destiny for the greater good of our city. Final video, folks. Thank you.
We have an opportunity as City Council to put out a welcome mat and to make sure that people who are startup businesses or incubator businesses that they want to locate in Fullerton.
We're at the Goodman Logistics Center. It's 1.5 million square feet. It caters to tenants for e-commerce and logistics. It is built with sustainable design, really covers up over 60 acres of this property.
It's a project that's really, I think, going to be mirrored on the national scale.
We're really excited to say that Sprout is going to have their distribution center here. We've got Samsung, who's an international company that's moving to Fullerton.
This is a $350 million investment in our community. It's going to bring hundreds of local jobs.
I was able to live here with and raise my 3 children, but also later I saw the opportunity to manage all my business from Fullerton.
It means that any business person who's looking to locate would have to see this as a very prime location.
In the city of Fullerton, I have 76 gas stations, and also I'm planning to open Provecho Market, which is Hispanic market in the city of Fullerton, because you can shop all the meat and anything you forgot to buy from Costco, you can shop in 10 minutes. Provecho is bon appetit in Spanish.
I'm operating just Korean fusion spot in downtown Fullerton. Another one is in just Japanese fusion food in Fullerton.
Fullerton has many opportunities that both the community as well as developers and entrepreneurs are really looking for. Higher education, for access to transportation routes. We have an active daytime and nighttime activity. We have historical attractions.
You bring that with the medical services that we have here with St. Jude.
Really, all of these together is what really creates that sense of place.
Fullerton here is the right place because just it's a friendly city for the immigrants.
The Korean Chamber of Commerce is promoting Korean businesses in Orange County cities. Of course, Fullerton is one of the top focus cities.
So everybody consider when they just come to the United States. So I always say, okay, you can just come to the Fullerton.
Fullerton offers a unique mix of cultural, educational, businesses, and residential environment, which is very welcoming for outsiders, and it gives you a sense of feeling at home.
Pretty city, of course, first of all, and the people love all the melting pot of culture here that attract different customers, different clientele.
This is our second location for our ramen and sushi. The reason we are here is because the city is great for diverse population demographics.
I know about meat. I feel confident that I can deliver good meat and good tortilla to the resident of Fullerton.
We have a lot of great housing projects that are going to come in and create that environment where you can live, work, and play.
Fullerton is known for industrial uses within the city for decades on back, but I think what sets it apart today is, like the Goodman Center, is to make sure that it meets sustainable goals, whether it's through design, whether it's the building standards, and to ensure that the types of tenants do actually want to be in Fullerton and care for its success.
Right now, one of the bigger projects is an industrial development at the former Fullerton Hotel property.
I think that location on Raymond, right by the 91 freeway, it's a great way to reinvent that corner of Fullerton. And the hope is that we can get a fantastic tenant in there for the city to be proud of and to provide, entry-level jobs all the way up to middle management and executive.
That project will be a catalyst to kind of revitalize that whole section of the city as well.
For us as an industrial developer and owner, are really to take a strong industrial base that has served and employed the residents of Fullerton and remaking it for the 21st century.
We just went through 2 land sale dispositions for the city for both commercial as well as residential projects.
Community development recently processed some major residential developments. So for example, the Streetlights development, which is on Orangethorpe and Lemon. There's a student-oriented housing that's on State College and Chapman.
Do have a project that is in the works at our transportation center that will enhance our ability to improve our tourism and our economy and our housing in the downtown. So we are looking at a game changer again in the downtown.
I think between Rexford and Goodman, there's going to be industrial opportunities that will benefit from our transportation system here in Fullerton and provide quality jobs to individuals in the Fullerton area.
We'll say flat out at Rexford that Fullerton is one of our favorite cities to develop in. They've stayed in touch with the business community. It's much easier to do business in Fullerton than it is elsewhere in Southern California.
You know, going back last year when the new city manager, Eric Levitt, came in, as well as Community and Economic Development Director, Sanaya Thomas, that's when we really gained our traction, and they were instrumental in getting the project over the finish line.
When we do a project in Fullerton, we're excited to do it. We're ready to invest into it because we know that we have a planning commission, we have a city council that shares our vision.
City of Fullerton is coveted and many developers want to build here, so they find a way, we find a way to make new projects work.
The building was very old, 50 years old, and required a lot of upgrades. The city was very helpful because they helped us with the utility company to come sooner than we expected.
We really value those relationships and also with city staff, but we think that the city is in really good hands.
Very focused, attentive from the city government to support the small, medium-sized businesses here.
I started just my business at Jay's Korean Cuisine 7 years ago. Honestly, I didn't have any experience for the just restaurant business. It was first time. Also, Orange County Chamber and the City of Fullerton helped me to just start my business. It was really helpful to us.
The people come here, they feel safe, they do have a place to go and place to get support.
People are very friendly and we know how to moving forward together.
We've always been a place where ideas come and flourish and disseminate. Leo Fender, you know, the innovator of the solid body electric guitar right here in Fullerton.
Our industrial area off of Orangethorpe is the largest in the city, and it has so much potential.
A shiny new industrial building like that can attract businesses throughout Orange County. That comes with new residents of Fullerton, if they please.
Anybody who wants to open up a juice factory, sandwich shop, a restaurant, a jewelry store, you name it.
We have a lot of city-owned parcels that are underutilized, and we are going to move forward with an effort to engage with the community to better understand what the needs and goals for those properties will look like, and then actively pursue developers to come in and deliver what the community wants to see on those sites.
I think we have opportunities to not just revitalize our historic downtown, but also to think about the other circles that were built in the 70s and beyond that now need some extra TLC.
The U.S. is going through changes, and it's great to have an industrial supply here to attract the newest age tenants so that Fullerton continues moving on in the future.
We can draw many people here as residents, and many of those people are going to be very creative and do those incubation businesses.
I mean, there's a reason why last week the North Orange County Chamber of Commerce held their regional meeting here on this campus, right? We are a regional hub.
I think that the geography, the peculiar cultural mix in Fullerton, the embarrassment of educational riches we have really do make it a crossroad of opportunities.
I think the future of Fullerton is bright. I really admire how they've stayed to their roots, but they continue to move forward.
We're really grateful to the city that they trusted us with this project. We completely understand the importance of the project to the city and the community, and also just the historic nature of it, how important it is to do it right.
I started a home inspection business here in 2014. My business has prospered. The real estate companies have all helped me. They've all supported me.
This last year, in 2022, we've attracted 1,609 new business registrations in the city of Fullerton.
Just knowing the city mayor and the team is striving hard to not only develop the cities, also bring the business from outside.
We believe it's time to expand our business to everyone, especially overseas Korea investors who consider to invest money to the United States. I confidently say, hey, it's Fullerton.
Changes don't come fast, but within 5 years, around this street, I think we're going to see more traffic.
I believe that there's more opportunity tomorrow than there was today. I look around, I think, oh my God, look at there. You can do something here, you can do something there.
This is our opportunity to impact our city and make generational change.
In lifetime, there are many crossroads, and it's our responsibility to make the good choices. The path that we choose are going to help us to get where we want to go.
And I subscribe to everyone that they should come aboard, join us, row with us so we can go in the same direction. In closing, while we have worked to get to this crossroads of opportunity together, pitfalls exist. Part of the problem lies in our own imperfection as human beings, our pride, our selfishness, our insecurities, and our egos. Like Jefferson, we can argue that we are not an advocate for frequent change, but with change of circumstances, institutions must advance, also to keep pace with the times. We will make change work for us and see opportunity where others see peril. We will rise up to our moment to be stronger and better than before. We will ensure every person in Fullerton has access to fair and just public safety, quality amenities, dear traditions, improved infrastructure, and affordable housing. We will lead by example and continue to be the heart and soul of Orange County. Our fates are tied together in a mutual cloth of destiny. And as we move forward together, let us all be reminded that our shared values are what make Fullerton great. Our common optimism, our united commitment to the rule of law, and our collective work ethic. The road ahead will not be easy, but I have great faith in our ability to come together, to overcome our differences, and build an extraordinary future for our neighbors, our children, and our grandchildren. It is fair to find fault with this state of the city, being long on hope and less on specifics, I suppose. The crossroads of opportunity is based on the strength and the dreams of all of you. I am here just to be your servant and help you along the way. It is Fullerton's great compassion, deep commitment to community that shepherds a brighter future for all of our residents and businesses. And together, we will ensure that Fullerton remains a city of opportunity and great hope. I believe we can meet this crossroads of opportunity. I believe we can, because I believe in you. That is why it is the deepest honor of my life to serve all of you. Fullertonians, it is my honor to report to you for the second year that the state of our city is strong. Thank you very much, folks. Have a great day.
Yeah, don't go anywhere yet, Mayor. By the way, stealing jokes is intellectual property, so you're not allowed to do that. So I know you've already got one of these, all right, but we wanted to give you another one for the second time. We wrote something different this time. Last time it was just a nice one. Today we're writing, thank you very much for your service and your inspirational leadership to our community. Thank you very much. State of the City of Fullerton, March the 29th, 2023. Thank you very much. Good job. Well done. It's not night time. Thanks for stopping the rain. There you go. Congratulations, Mr. Mayor. Here you go. Here's your book. There you go. So, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for sharing your time with us today. We really do appreciate it. Just so you know, when I was talking about how we're always open, we're here to hear you, just so you know, the chamber's going to be closed for the next 2 days because Sarah and myself are going to collapse today and just take a couple of days off. So sorry, board. Anyway, thank you all very much. Drive safely and have a great rest of the week. Thank you.